Charlie Burnett, a cast member of Vanderpump Rules, played a significant role in the season and opened up in depth to Rolling Stone. Charlie Burnett, a cast member of Vanderpump Rules who has appeared on the show for a few seasons, gave a fiery interview to Rolling Stone about her involvement in the Scandoval drama. Things changed quickly for the Vanderpump Rules cast after Ariana Madix and the rest of the world learned about Tom Sandoval's scandalous romance with Raquel Leviss. Every scene from Vanderpump Rules Season 10 was scrutinized for context, and fans also dug through old episodes to look for clues about Tom's true character. Raquel was given less information than Tom, who was examined extensively throughout the series. Raquel has been a part of the program since its 5th season, but it wasn't until Vanderpump Rules Season 9 that she was added to the main cast. Many assumed Raquel's cast connections would suffer after her engagement to James Kennedy ended. Fortunately for Raquel, she had a lasting impression on the Vanderpump Rules cast and maintained close friendships with characters like Ariana and Sheena Shea while James drifted away. The majority of the friend group was clearly on Raquel's side throughout Vanderpump Rules Season 10, but Charlie was in the majority of her scenes and had been probing her about her connection with Tom from the beginning. Charlie discussed both how she got on Vanderpump Rules and her prior relationship with Raquel early on in her interview with Rolling Stone. Charlie began by discussing her casting. Charlie had experience working with casting directors as an actor in Los Angeles. She didn't give it much thought when someone contacted her about an unknown reality show audition, but when she later learned that it was Vanderpump Rules, she wasn't sure whether to participate. Although Charlie didn't have much experience in the industry, she eventually made the decision to join the cast at SUR after considering it for a time. Even though Charlie's journey to Vanderpump Rules may have taken some time, she already had contacts there before being cast. Raquel has made a point of discussing her time spent competing in pageants on the show. She even invited the Vanderpump Rules cameras to one of her final pageants. Charlie explains that seeing Raquel cry about having to leave the pageant world after aging out was upsetting when they first met in the pageant circuit. When she started crying over that, it seemed strange to me, Charlie said. Things would be different if you had come close to winning, but you've never even finished in the top 5. According to Charlie's interview, she thinks that Tom and Raquel had plans to leave the main cast of Vanderpump Rules Season 10 after notifying Ariana about their relationship. Tom revealed to Lisa Vanderpump during the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 finale that he and Raquel intended to notify Ariana about their relationship before the reunion was set to be shot. He added that if they didn't tell Ariana, he and Raquel wouldn't be able to speak freely, and he didn't want her to protect them as she did during Vanderpump Rules Season 10. Before the reunion was taped, Raquel allegedly tried to elicit a closer relationship with Charlie, according to Charlie's interview. The original Vanderpump Rules Season 10 finale, which featured a celebration at SUR for the upcoming debut of Ariana and Katie Maloney's sandwich store, Something About Her, did not include Charlie. For a while later, Charlie was separated from the cast. A few months later, Raquel tried to socialize with Charlie instead of other cast members she was usually closer to during a Vanderpump Rules premiere party. "I'm beginning to realize they had a plan to gradually pull away," Charlie said. Even that night appears planned in retrospect. Charlie has only been a part of Vanderpump Rules for a few seasons, but throughout that time, she has developed an understanding of the cast's personalities. She claims that Tom is one person she consistently felt off balance around. Although Tom hasn't worked for SUR in a while, Charlie saw him at group gatherings and at TomTom, which allowed her to get to know him better and notice the change in his behavior when the relationship with Raquel started. Charlie said that the last year now kind of feels like we were all pawns in Tom's little game, and that she was generally distrustful of Tom's character. Later in the interview, Charlie discussed how strongly she felt about Tom and Raquel's dishonest actions while also stating her conviction that Tom is the situation's mastermind. Despite the awful things Raquel had done, she was clearly deceived, she claimed. Tom has to have these cult leader vibes, where he convinces people what they're doing is ok, Charlie said. I believe it to be a really sinister, mind-controlling game, and I sincerely hope she escapes from it. Others are pondering whether the Raquel and Ariana storyline was created to make the repercussions from Scandoval appear like an even larger betrayal, despite the fact that most Vanderpump Rules watchers can see that Raquel and Ariana were close friends. Some may contend that what Raquel did to Ariana was less of a betrayal than it has been portrayed to be by questioning the nature of Raquel and Ariana's friendship. Vanderpump Rules has shown Raquel's relationships with Scheana and Ariana, but it's obvious that there was more to their interactions than what was shown. Charlie was keen to mention how close the two once were while talking about how profoundly Raquel had wronged Ariana. Charlie claims that Ariana allowed Raquel to stay with her and Tom for a while because Raquel was homeless at the time. She assisted Raquel in resolving a few family matters, the most of which have not been discussed on Vanderpump Rules. Additionally, Raquel had an apartment provided for by her co-stars between Ariana and Scheana when she was going through a difficult period following her separation with James. Raquel was oblivious to Ariana and Scheana's caregiving responsibilities despite the importance of their friendships. Dramas have come and gone, storylines have changed, and the cast's allegiances to one another have evolved over the course of Vanderpump Rules' many seasons. When it comes to friendships, there have never been any real boundaries, but with Sandoval, it seems like that will probably change. Tom has followed in the footsteps of numerous cast members, most notably his ex Kristen Doute and fellow Vanderpump Rules alum Jax Taylor in Vanderpump Rules Season 2, but today's sins are even more horrible. The cast has fallen apart as a result of Tom and Raquel's activities because of how long Tom and Ariana have been together. While being open about her uncertainty about returning for Vanderpump Rules Season 11, Charlie also shared her belief that the cast's dynamic will change in the upcoming year. Charlie said, I think that with this group, a lot of individuals flip-flop. Old cast members are rumored to come back. Actually, I'm interested to see if everyone continues to be friends with one another. Because we all despise Tom and Raquel, but also are aware of how it works. Everyone has a tremendously strong core. For Charlie, it is obvious that even if the dynamics shift, the underlying drama that ties the cast together will remain.